Going rogue once again, but I get the plans ready. My hand steady on the trigger, you may fire when ready. I'm Bedard on the mic, smiling at the chaos. This force is with me, give me one day, I'll come back like
What's up everybody, Shadow Ninja here, and welcome back to another Rage Quit video where we are talking about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order's first official gameplay and looking at the gameplay. It is really cool so far, and I am very impressed by how the gameplay actually is. I know I'm a little late on this bus considering it did happen earlier today. I wasn't even sure if I was going to make a video about it, but I do have my own opinions about the game, so I thought, hell, why don't I just get in front of the mic, show some gameplay for you guys, and talk about how I feel about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. If you guys don't already know, this particular campaign mission is taking place on Kashyyyk, and it's only 3 hours after you start the game. So it is fairly in the middle of the gameplay, and at this point, Cal has already gone through some basic Jedi training, but he's not wholly like a Grandmaster Jedi, super badass guy yet, but he does know a couple things. And this mission, we go back to Kashyyyk, and your allies are going to make a distraction so that you can slip in, infiltrate the facility, and release the Wookiee prisoners on Kashyyyk, which is a great callback to the original Force Unleashed campaign mission, where you as Starkiller did the exact same thing. Go inside the facilities, release the Wookiees from their containments, and fought with them and escaped with them and brought down the entire facility of the Empire. Now, I'm going to be talking about the gameplay, the graphics, how this game does fit into the world so far and the story. And I am very impressed so far, guys. I was expecting a whole lot more, I'm going to be honest. In my speculations video, I thought this game was going to be open world. I thought we were going to be able to create our character. Hell, I even thought this game was going to be about Ahsoka. Yeah, this game is very promising. As you can see, the graphics are a little bit tough and the facial animations are a little weird, and when you actually get to see the Wookiees in this gameplay demo, I'm having some Battlefront 2015 flashbacks, but that's just something that they go in and they can fix and they can tweak it. As I said before, this is in an alpha state, so this game has a little bit left to go before it actually gets released, and it's actually pretty solid so far. They had a professional player go in and beat this mission, and it just looks so fun, guys. The combat in the world is mixed in with the Force Unleashed linearity missions where there's just one straight way, but you have collectibles here and there, so you could always go back and do it on different difficulties and just kind of upgrade and do all that stuff and get the collectibles for yourself. But the campaign and the actual combat is very similar to Dark Souls. Yeah, that's right. Dark Souls. You can lock on to every individual enemy, and obviously some enemies are a little bit weaker than others. Stormtroopers and Scout Troopers with riot sticks are definitely weaker than, let's say, the Purge Troopers or the Flame Troopers. And there are a wide variety of enemies in this mission alone. I mean, further down the line, you can even see like different creatures in this planet of Kashyyyk. You can see spiders, you'll see fireflies and stuff like that go, and they actually have an impact on the world. It's very reminiscent of Force Unleashed, how you can just show up and a battle will already be going on even before you get there. You can either choose to intervene, or you can just sit there and watch the whole battle play, and I think that's a really cool callback to the Force Unleashed, and as I said before, this game is very reminiscent of that game, and it feels like they're also paying homage. But let's get into the actual gameplay. Let's start off with the lightsaber combat too. As I said before, you can lock onto each and every individual character. Some characters are a little bit stronger than others, and as you're going to see right now, the battle with the Purge Trooper is very cool and intense. It seems like there is a stamina meter that your enemy has, and when you break that down, it opens up a really cool big damage attack, and your lightsaber, when Cal is wielding the lightsaber, it definitely feels like it has weight to it. It feels like it's an actual weapon. It feels clunky, and at this stage of the game, they already said that Cal doesn't really know 100% of what he's doing yet. He just became a Jedi, more or less, but he knows a couple things, and it definitely feels like Cal is just kind of swinging the lightsaber, similar to how Rey does in The Force Awakens. But, the lightsaber combat is really cool, and there are multiple ways that you can attack these enemies, not just with your lightsaber combat, but with your force powers too. And I feel like that they were paying tribute to Kylo Ren's abilities just a little bit too much here, but you're able to freeze your opponent, you're able to freeze the bullets in midair, the blaster bolts in midair, but you're also able to do other things too, like you slow down time so you can move quickly, and you force pull, force push, do all that fun stuff. And they already said that there are going to be no Sith abilities, that your character is just strictly set in a time period of Star Wars where he is just a Jedi. There is no straying, there is no dark side pathways, and I am a little bit disappointed in that, because the original trailer made it seem like Cal is just a random person, and he just becomes a a Jedi along his journey, not an already established Jedi that survived Order 66, and I was really hoping that maybe he would venture into the dark side and experiment with the dark side ideology just a little bit, considering how dark this world has become. But no, Cal is just a Jedi, and he's going to use Jedi powers, and he's going to fight for the Jedi and fight for the light, and that's okay in my opinion, but I was expecting just a little bit more depth in his character. Maybe we could have seen him venture over and then eventually just kind of snap himself out of it and just stay as a Jedi. But as you can see already, Cal has already become very powerful. As I said before, with his lightsaber combat skills, it does feel a little bit clunky, and I actually prefer that rather than the fluid, free-flowing mastery of the lightsaber styles that have come before. He's just kind of very wishy-washy with this lightsaber, and there are many abilities that he can even use with this lightsaber. He can throw it, similar to how The Force Unleashed did it, and I just feel like this game is just a big homage to The Force Unleashed in a way. And we are also going to get into the little droid companion that you had. I wasn't even really sure how I felt about this droid. I feel like droids are a little bit outplayed in Star Wars, and there's always a new droid. There's always something new and a new little buddy that you have on your side, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about this character. But he is actually very relevant to the story. He actually helps Cal in many ways. He can scan things, he can open up different pathways, and he can also heal Cal if needed. He doesn't actually fight, which I was thinking in my second speculation video. I was like, maybe he'll actually be able to fight. And well, we're not 100% sure if he's going to be able to or not. He definitely just feels like a support character. He just kind of stays on your back, and whenever you need him, he just pops right in and helps you in any way that he can. And there's also an upgrade system. As you see throughout this gameplay, skill points or the skill point notifications will pop up on your screen, and you'll be able to use your skill points. We don't know how yet. I'm really hoping that you could use it maybe on your lightsaber, make different upgrades and tweak your lightsaber so that maybe it does more damage, maybe it has special powers similar to how The Force Unleashed did it, or maybe you can use it on your force powers and just become stronger. When they were having their discussion about this game, that there was going to be some cosmetic items and some definite customization for your character. I know before, when they advertised this game, they said, become a Jedi. I was really expecting for you to have like a custom creation of your character, but no. Star Wars, Disney, Lucasfilm, they always like their set-in-stone characters without any straying of the canon whatsoever, and it's not really considered an RPG, but it's just a single-player adventure game, which I don't really mind, but I definitely hope that we can customize Cal in different ways and have different costumes, maybe even gear pieces, as I've suggested before in the past, that can maybe implement itself into physical stats that you can use and physically become stronger, while your lightsaber and your force powers grow stronger with skill points. I mean, we don't know if that's going to happen yet. As I said before, this is literally just a 14-minute alpha, but overall, I'm very impressed. The little Easter eggs with the battle droids in the cave, very fan-servicey stuff, and there's a vast array of different enemies. I mean, even as you saw, the spiders in the caves and stuff like that, and the spiders fighting the flame troopers, and the fireflies, and the stormtroopers, and the purge troopers, and the scout troopers, those are all really cool, and I'm definitely hoping that there are even more. As I said before, this is literally just 3 hours into the game, and it's just on Kashyyyk so far. We don't know if maybe the enemies or the second party enemies are going to change. I would definitely like to get into some Rebel versus Stormtrooper battles, be on the ground with them and fight, and I'm definitely crossing my fingers that we'll be able to fight some bounty hunters that maybe the Empire sends after you. And lastly, for enemies, I'm hoping that we get to fight some Grand Inquisitors themselves, whether they be boss fights or just cannon fodder enemies that blend in with the rest of the crowd. I am definitely not hoping for the latter, because Sith Inquisitors are badass. But anyways, guys, that has been my complete impression of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I definitely feel like this game is going to start off strong, but I want it to be a little bit longer than a 6-hour campaign similar to how Battlefront 2 did it. I would definitely like the campaign to be up to par with maybe God of War or Marvel's Spider-Man, and I want the campaign to be long, I want it to be enjoyable, and I don't want it to be too easy. As you see, the Stormtroopers just kind of get one-shotted, and that makes sense, as other YouTubers have said, because you're literally wielding a lightsaber against these cannon fodder Stormtroopers, but I don't want it to be too easy. I definitely want it to be a challenge, and I don't want it to be just too casual so that I can beat it in a couple hours. I want to be challenged, and I want to feel like I am progressively getting stronger as the enemies are progressively getting harder. But guys, that has been my impressions of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Everything seems really good. The animations are good, but the graphics are just a little bit tough here and there. That's a simple fix, and I am really having high hopes for this game. I definitely think that Respawn and EA collaboratively are doing a great job with this game, just as long as they don't mess it up last second like they notoriously do with their games. But it's mostly just EA, it's not Respawn. And I have to say, though, that you can definitely tell that Respawn made this game. It has been said before, because of the wall jumping and the wall running and the parkour and the climbing. It is just really good. It all feels like it actually belongs in this game. It's not standout at all. Everything just free flows just very nicely, and I'm definitely excited for this game. I'm not sure if I'm going to pre-order it just yet because I want to see a little bit more gameplay. Maybe in the future they'll give us some more gameplay before the initial release of this game. But crossing my fingers, only the future will tell what is going to become of this game, and I am really hoping that it's for the best. But guys, this has been my impressions. Definitely go check out the trailer for yourself so you can actually see all of the gameplay without me talking over it. Thank you for watching. If you did like this video, of course, give it a like, and if you want to become a member of the Rage Quit community, do not hesitate but to press that sub tab and the bell on the side so you always stay notified and never miss a single upload. But guys, I am Shadow Ninja. As I said before, you just watched a Rage Quit episode about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I will see you on the next one.